Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to be looking at a 1976 film and musical called The Slipper and the Rose. This is a Cinderella story. So, as is the month for Cinderella. So, it starts off with a funeral. You don't really see much, but knowing it's a Cinderella story, you assume it's Cinderella's father. Then you switch to the prince, who has been off to pick up a princess from a neighboring kingdom, only he did not bring her home because reasons, which he explains in a different song. So they're singing and dancing about him wanting to be two people because he wants to marry for love, because peasants can marry whoever they want. Then he goes and tries to talk to his parents, who are slightly absent-minded and not paying attention and talking about other nonsense and him getting married. And then he finally tells her, it's like, she's ugly. She's bald. The picture they sent was, the image they sent was completely faked. So then they go into another song and dance about why on earth you should not marry for love, and what does love have to do with marriage. And then they set up for him to have a ball to find a bride. Typical story. You go back, you switch back to Cinderella, typical thing. Dad's dead, you're now our servant, you do what the heck we say, and we're going to abuse you. Then, again, ball happens, everybody's invited, fairy godmother shows up, magic shoes, magic dress, she shows up, nobody recognizes her, per the story, falls in love with prince, strikes midnight, runs off, loses a shoe, then loses a second shoe in the woods with this one, and goes back home. Prince has shoe. They try to find her. Now here's the difference. They don't. The shoe ends up in the in a glass case in the town square. Prince decides to do his duty, but then his best friend is off with his love and sees our Cinderella, who found the other shoe, dancing around at a field. He gets his friend. Whole lovey-dovey kissing, I fall in love with you scene. Then he comes home and brings her, this is who I'm going to marry. She's not noble whatsoever, but I'm in love with her, and this is my decision. Parents are not happy. She's taken off to a chamber. Later, the parents send one of their chamberlains, who basically says, he can't marry you. It's against our rules. It's going to start a war if he marries you. You need to go away. And he convinces her to go away. So she goes to her fairy godmother's, who's an actual regular person in this story. And then he's pissed off because she's gone, and he's like, fine, you made her disappear. And now, yes, I will marry her, but that is it. I am not going to have children. I am not going to procreate with this woman. The line ends with me. So she shows up. They're going to get married. Fairy godmother is slightly irritated with her little Cinderella. It's like, yeah, no, this is not how things are supposed to go. You're being irritating. There's references to Snow White in this as well, which is kind of, apparently she's fairy godmother to a lot of people. Even though there's no fairy godmother in Snow White. Moving on. And she gets her all dressed up, and she shows up, and they kiss. She walks down the aisle because she's all beautiful. I don't think she's in a wig. He is. His hair is now white. He's now in the white wig. But then there's an argument. Now the queen is on her son's side. And it's like, turns to her husband, it's like, you made the laws. You can change the laws. And then he's like, what are we going to do about her? And then apparently the princess is falling in love with the cousin. So it's like, that solves that problem. So Cinderella and our prince, I believe his name is Edward in this story, get married, and you have happily ever after. This is very cute. Again, it came out in 1976. It is one of the typical musicals of the day. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the musicals were winding down, but yeah, it was one of those big musicals. It was completely shot on a sound stage. It's very, very obvious that it was shot on a sound stage, because that's what they did. They weren't really doing locations at this time, at least not often. So it's cute, it's fun, it's a different twist on the Cinderella story, not much, but again, there's a few differences. It is very, very family friendly. If you like musicals and dance numbers and French costumes. It's fun. It's fantasy. It doesn't claim to be in a real world at all. So, no historical costuming comments on this one. But it's fun. It's a great twist on a Cinderella story, which, is beyond common. So, that is really this. How long is this? I'm going to click over to IMDb. It's about 2 hours and 7 minutes. And it's technically rated G. So, it's fun for anybody, particularly, again, if you like musicals and dancing and Cinderella stories. It's great for children. Particularly if you're studying, Cinderella stories and the different changes they make, because there's a whole heck of a lot of Cinderella stories, which is, why it's July. And I'm doing more Cinderella. This is a second month of Cinderella. I did one 2 years ago where I covered the original stories. So, and a few other films. So that is it for this review. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. Look forward to more Cinderella here in July, and we'll be moving on to Aladdin in August. I have no idea what I'm doing in September, let alone October. We'll get there. I think we'll get there. We'll figure that out. So thank you, and see you next time.